Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Wanted to up on here really quick because I found something really interesting in the markets and I wanted to share it with all of you. Want to say a special, I hope you had a wonderful weekend to all my Canadian friends out there. We just celebrated Victoria Day, or May long weekend as you would call it. So I hope everybody had an amazing May long weekend and is ready to just attack their week, ready to crush some learning, crush some charts, and just attack it. So with that being said, cheers. Me and my special mug here. Okay, but I don't want to waste any time. Let's just get straight into the charts, all right? Perfect. So, obviously, I did my daily analysis. So I go down from the daily down to the 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes, and then 5 minute. And then when I'm looking for entries, I do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to find my entry pattern. But something is a little unusual. So usually I trade the New York morning session, but if you guys traded at all today, here I'll show you on the 5 minute chart. This is what the morning session looked like. Lots of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's cool to see it respect the new week opening gap so well, but obviously that's not the best price action and we don't want to be trading in that. So I actually turned off my charts and I went and did something else. I went and watched some Inner Circle Trader videos. I went and cleaned, because I know if I sit down and I'm watching this back and forth price action, I'll think I see something, or maybe I see this, maybe I see that, whatever. It's not gonna be high probability, and as you know, we like to look for high probability setups. So because of that, I did not really trade this morning session. I kind of thought I saw something. We traded off this 15-minute fair value gap, but I'll get into that anyways. But my daily analysis, I did want to see the market trade lower. We were having higher pricing on the dollar, and I wanted to see it kind of push above this relative equal highs a little bit more than it did. But I did want to see lower pricing on the ES. I did have this marked up as well. So I noticed the NAS didn't actually break this relative equal low. Then we had this choppiness, right? And I was like, okay, maybe this little fair value gap will support price, but my ultimate goal was to see it come below these relative equal lows, because we already did with the Dow. The Dow, of course, did come and take out these highs, but the fact that the NAS didn't follow the Dow, I was like, okay, that could be something of use, and it didn't even take out these highs, but we can see from here, the Dow took out these highs and then, of course, started trading lower, which is great for the PM session. So let's just get into the good stuff. So ES, of course, we had the new week opening gap. We traded higher. This is actually a daily volume imbalance, or a weekly volume imbalance. Thank you to the Inner Circle Trader. I just want to clarify something really quick. Let me take a sip. I do these videos because I love just explaining my thought process on the markets, but I owe all my credit and I owe everything to the Inner Circle Trader. So I'll leave his YouTube videos or his YouTube channel in the description box below. If you really want to check it out, I learned everything I know from him. He's an amazing mentor. Please check him out. He is free. He doesn't charge anything. I learned so much from him and I continue to learn every single day. So I just want to clear that out. And I'm not an expert by any means on any of his strategies, on any of his things. I'm I'm not perfect on his fair value gaps or his new week opening gaps or his silver bullet time frame, which we're going to go into a little bit today. I just want to clear that out because if you want to learn, I would recommend going and learning with him because he has taught me what I know, and I'm sure he'll be able to teach you everything that I know. So, but this is just kind of like my views on the charts and my way of seeing things, and if you get some value from it, great. But again, by no means at all, I'm not an expert. So let's continue. So of course we have the market go into the weekly volume imbalance. Note that it did not break this high. I was like, okay, fair enough. It's not gonna break that high. We had a break in market structure right here when it came down, came back up, almost touched this 15-minute fair value gap. We did actually reach into this 1 hour fair value gap, as you can see. And then it broke down again. This is all, so this black square, as you know if you watch my videos, is actually the opening range gap, which is from close of the previous day to the open of the current day. So close would be at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday, and then open would be 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday. So yeah, in the morning I saw this, and then of course look at how we came up into this 1 hour order block right there, and then we traded in this new week opening gap all morning, up, down, up, down, up, down, which, don't get me wrong, is nice, but if you're scalping off just half the new week opening gap, it's not necessarily the most high probability thing. Okay, so that's like the 1 hour views. So I wanted to see us break down, not take out this 1 hour low or 1 hour order block low. And I didn't want to see the market go past the new week opening gap high. Like, I didn't want this opening range gap to be filled in today. And as you can see, it only filled in about 50%, and then it just kept trading and consolidating, and I just had to turn the markets off. I did want to see this daily fair value gap filled in, and then I also marked out this relative equal lows, and then this old low down here, and then of course, if we can get down here, the old new week opening gap. Of course, this was my target, but it's never a bad thing to have multiple targets. Okay, so then we go down to the 15-minute. Today I did section out the silver bullet time frames. So the AM one is from 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Afternoon one is from 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, you can see this back and forth movement until about lunchtime, where we had a breakdown, came back up, we filled in the daily fair value gap, came back up into this 15-minute fair value gap, traded back down, took out this relative equal low, and then came back up. Now here's where it gets interesting, because now we're entering the PM silver bullet time frame. Now that we're in the PM silver bullet time frame and we are looking for this old low to be taken, we look for our entry model. What is our entry model? Fair value gap. We trade back into that fair value gap, and then we go lower. Again, you can see here that there was nothing, which is fine. I mean, it's fine. It happens. But if you're trading the AM session today, we got a whole lot of nothing. Anyways, just up and down in this new week opening gap. And then we had a break lower. So this is another area of confluence. We have this 5-minute fair value gap. It respects it. And then it breaks lower again. Do you see what we have right there? We have another 5-minute fair value gap that continues into the PM session, PM silver bullet trade session. Now, I like that we took out this area of liquidity, but if you're looking to enter on the very open of that fair value gap, you're your stop loss would have to be a minimum of 8 pips, or 8 handles, sorry. And that is just too big. We try to aim for 5 handles at most for our stop loss. So what we can do is cut this in half, get our consequent encroachment of the 5-minute FVG, which is fine. Look at how well that would have played out, that's fine. But to make this even better, look at this small little order block right here, okay? Look at that close. Look at how perfect. Look at how perfect that is. So the close of this candle, look at the top here. The close of this candle, 4179.25. What's the high of this candle? 4179.25. That is a perfect retracement back to this order block. Amazing. And we not only have it at the consequent encroachment of the 5-minute fair value gap, the 5-minute order block came up to perfectly, but we also can use the close or the low of this daily fair value gap as an entry target too. So considering we have 3 points of confluence just for our entry, that right there tells me that we can target the 50% of the fair value gap, which we do. And look at that. Our stop is reduced to 5, oh my gosh, I'm dying, to 550, could even do 5 pips. If we really wanted to, we could put it up to the 5 points. We could put it up to the daily fair value gap low. Yeah, and then look at that. So we reduced our stop in half already before we even took the trade, which is amazing because we really want only 5 points for a stop loss. So look at that. Beautiful, perfect. We take out this small area of liquidity. We already have a break in market structure, as you can see here. BOS. And remember, my daily analysis was to sell. So the fact that we are selling is key here. You want your higher time frame analysis and then time-based entries. So silver bullet trade. We get in the trade 2:05. Silver bullet is from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Get in the trade. Get in this fair value gap, which we did end up cutting in half. And then, of course, our target has to be at least 10 points away. We actually have a 17.75 points away. So, check, check, check. Now, here's the thing too. You can scroll down to lower time frames. So we already have this entry here. But let's say you miss that entry, okay? You know, it's like 205. I missed the optimal entry, but we do know that we're aiming for this old low here. We want it to go lower. We have all this other confluence of it going lower, and it's the ICT silver bullet trade setup time frame. Well, we can go down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, but I'm just gonna skip right to the 1 minute. Look at this. So we have all this, but look, even if you don't miss this one, or even if you miss this little one right here, we have a second break of market structure right here. And look at it. We come down. And here's the thing. Even if you do not get the best entry, right? The top entry, don't be scared to get in the trade. Even if it's not the best entry, you still get in the trade as long as your target hasn't been reached yet and it's above 25% of your trade objective. So here, I'll show you. So let's say So the old low is the entry, right? And this was the best, absolute best trade. Look, as long as it is above this level right here, and it's in these top 3 levels, take the trade. Anything less than this, it's just not worth your time, right? There's always going to be another trade, so we don't have to worry about that. So break of market structure comes down back into this fair value gap right here in the 1 minute. I'm going to erase this one just for clarity's sake. Boom. 5-point stop loss. We have lots. Obviously, we don't want to see it go above here, but I like to just keep it simple. Keep it simple. And keep a 5-point stop loss no matter what. Remember the rules. We have to have at least a 10-point run on liquidity for it to work. And in this case, we have 11.5 points still to get to our old low. And it's in the silver bullet time frame for the PM session, and above this 25% level here, and fair value gap, and we also had lower pricing on the NAS, and we even had lower pricing on the Dow. And of course we had higher pricing on the DXY. So that is a very high probability ICT silver bullet PM trade right here, 1 minute chart. And as you can see, we went down further, not quite reaching the old new week opening gap, but that's okay. We really only want 5 points, right? So 5 points is right here. How easy is that? Boom, get in, get out. This is your bread and butter setup. This is the setups I'm looking for. ICT silver bullet time frames, AM and PM, fair value gap, looking for the displacement, looking for your areas of liquidity. So thank you so much for hopping on. I hope I see you guys all soon. It'll probably be another video this week because I didn't upload one last week. So this is just kind of a little extra. This is like the cherry on top. So I'll see you all later this week, and I hope you have a wonderful day. All right, bye now.